guys, So Willette here. So I am recording this video specifically for YouTube. Now, will it make it over to my other social medias? More than likely. But I am going to do a proper introduction because I have not done it for YouTube yet. So my name is Willette and my tag name is So Willette. The reason why it is So Willette, and it's not SOSO, it is SOSEW Willette. And reason being, because at the start of COVID, I have a family of 6, and for 6 masks, fabric masks, I paid $60, $10 a piece. And I was like, because we didn't know how long the pandemic was gonna last. I was like, ain't no way I can keep paying $10 per mask and until God knows when. So I'm gonna learn how to sew. So I bought myself a sewing machine, and it was between Brother and whatever the other brand is that's popular. I can't think of the name, but it was between those two, and I picked Brother. And I picked Brother because I like the computerized screen better on the Brother than I did on the other printer. On the other sewing machine. That sewing machine was $199. So my first sewing machine was the Brother Project Runway. I can't remember the model number. And then I upgraded and I got the Brother Project XR9550. And that's my baby. That's what I use to sew everything. The other one is my backup. And it's not that I don't like it. It has less functions. So like this one has 99 different stitches and 55 different embroidery options. And it's a quilting machine, and I wanted to sew baby blankets. So within the first month, I made my money back from buying the sewing machine for $199, and this wasn't the 9550. This one, I can't remember the model of the other one because I don't pull it out unless this one is in the shop to get cleaned. But I do need to memorize it. That's something I need to memorize. But I made my money back within a month for selling masks and scarves. And then somebody wanted a sublimation mask, and I never heard of sublimation. So I did my research, and instead of sublimation, because printers were so high and I wanted to do more research, I bought a Cricut. I bought the Cricut Explorer Air 2. That was my first Cricut. I have 2 now. I also have the Cricut Maker 3. After I bought the Cricut, I learned how to design. I know I didn't want to pay a subscription for Design Space. The reason being is because I pay for Canva, and I like Canva better. So I chose to do Canva Pro and then Creative Fabrica. So I started teaching myself how to come up with various issues in designing, like how do I do this and how do I do that without, like, I wanted to learn it without having to watch a video step by step. Once I learned the Cricut without having to look at a tutorial, I upgraded to sublimation. And then instead of this sewing company that I built my brand around, because when I first started, the name of my company was Willette's Closet, and my logo was an AI image of me sitting at the desk sewing, with behind me a rack of clothes, a dress form, a whole bunch of like stuff, fabric, Like it was animated, and that was my logo. So I had to rebrand. And my son wanted to do a full cart came about because my sons wanted a vending machine company, and I made them write me a business proposal, and the name Full Cart just stuck. Sadly, Full Cart, the domain wasn't available, so I named my business Full Cart Official because everything in it would have to do with a cart, right? Being full, whether it's vending machines and having the carts on the vending machines, whether it was selling clothes, because my whole dream was to buy clothes and bags from overseas and be a reseller. I even went as far as getting my reseller's license. I have a state, federal, and state ID. My business is licensed. Like, I went and did all of the things, right? And then I fell in love with creating. So I had dozens of totes, the 60 and 80-gallon totes. I had at least 24 filled with clothes, shoes, and bags that now I can't sell. I sold what I could at whatever the person was willing to give to me, and then I gave it away on Facebook Live. Like, I had people bid, and all they had to do was pay shipping, right? So I fell in love with the art of creating. So the Cricut, if any of you have a Cricut, you know, the Cricut got on my nerves for print and cut. I couldn't stand it. But I didn't want to learn a new machine, right? I didn't want to learn, like, design, like, whatever silhouette is. I didn't want to have to learn that. I really wanted the Sizer Romeo. That's what I do want to get one day, the Sizer Romeo. But nothing else. Sorry, my phone is ringing. Nothing else can fit in this room. Nothing. It's filled from the rooter to the tutor. So I didn't want to have to learn a new machine. I wanted something that would be easy to learn. So with research, I decided on getting the Brother Scan and Cut, because unlike print and cut that uses the line sensors, Scan and Cut actually scans the image. And I love Brother because those are my sewing machines and sergers are Brother. So with Brother, it was made for sewing, but I use it beyond sewing. I put my image, whatever I want to cut, whether it's a row of stickers, I put it on the mat, feed it through. The machine takes a picture of it. That picture then comes up on the screen of the Brother, and I select how I want it cut, all from the machine, and it cuts. I don't have to worry about something being uneven or not cut correctly. It is cut correctly. So that's what made me fall in love with the Brother Scan and Cut. I think I got the S. I don't know. But anyway, and that led me down a whole rabbit hole of machines and crafts. So what can I do? Okay. Oh, so the reason I wanted to do the Cricut first and then work my way to sublimation was because at that time, the Epson ET2820 was viral because we were in the middle of a pandemic and everyone wanted to craft. Everyone wanted to make money. They called it a side hustle, right? And this printer that used to be $50-$60 is now almost $1,000. And I told myself, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it bigger, not big, because all I have is a 12 by 12 room. I don't have space for a 44-inch printer or bigger. I know I eventually wanted a 24-inch printer, but I started with desktop large format, which is 13 inches. I really wanted the 15 inches. I wanted the Epson C8000. But that was kind of viral in the moment for DTF, so the price on that was kind of high. So I was able to when we were learning how to sublimation during COVID, when people were making their videos, it was described as the only printer that could do it was the Epson ET2820. Nobody had videos on other printers. And then I came across a video of somebody saying, now I'm not saying there weren't any videos, but what I'm saying is in 2020, the viral videos, all they talked about was the 2820. And people saying they are not sure other printers could do it. And then I went on YouTube, deep in the search engine, like scrolling for, I'm going to say 20, 30 minutes of just scrolling, getting past all of the viral videos. I found a video of a guy who said any ET printer can be converted to sublimation. Any Epson, only Epson, not another brand, any Epson ET printer could be converted to sublimation in EcoSolvent. And I think it was the guy who do that popping ink, or that ink's popping, because I bought his ink because of that. Because I was trying to figure, because I wanted to do EcoSolvent too, but I'm getting far ahead. Okay, so I found his video, and it said that any ET printer can be converted to sublimation in EcoSolvent. Any Epson ET printer could be converted to DTF as long as it had 5 or more ink channels, right? So once I saw that video, I made it my mission to find any Epson tank printer. And they said that the cartridge printer could do it too, as long as you can find refillable cartridges for that printer, it could be converted as well. So my first cartridge printer was the Epson Workforce, because the Workforce had a better reputation, because that's old school, before the ETs came out, where people were crafting way back in 2017, 2015, back then. They were using Workforce printers that had the refillable cartridges. As long as you could find a refillable cartridge, that printer can be converted. So my first printer was the Epson Workforce 7820, and I converted that to sublimation. After printing on that for, I'm gonna say 3 months, I decided I'd rather do that one for EcoSolvent. So with my next ink change, I put EcoSolvent ink in, and I printed like 5 purge sheets to make sure I got all of the sublimation ink out the lines, and I started doing beautiful images of EcoSolvent. And then I bought my baby, the Epson Epson ST C8000. I haven't seen any videos with this printer. This printer was $199. At that time, the cheapest printer that you could get that was an ET printer was $600-700. So getting this for $199 was a steal, and I still have it. I used it for sublimation for 5 years, and this year, like maybe a month or 2 ago, I did purge sheets until it was low on ink, and I put regular ink in it, and then I did about 100 pages of purge sheets. Like I printed very colorful images that was the full 8.5 by 11, and I printed 100 of them to get all of the sublimation ink out of the printer. And now I'm just back to a regular printer, because I'm shifting towards also being a print on demand service. So once I did that, my next printer was the Canon MFC 641 MFC W. It's a laser printer. I'm using this as a white toner printer. This was before I got my DTF. I wanted to be able to put stuff on cotton colored shirts without paying thousands of dollars. So I got this printer for $159 from eBay, brand new, $159, and I got my white toner. As long as you can find white toner, that printer can be converted to a white toner printer. It's similar to Ghost White. Ghost White is a brand that is like the imitation of the Uninet type printers. So I did my own version of Ghost White. What Ghost White do is they take Canon or HP printers, laser printers, and as long as they can find a toner for it, they put the white powder inside the toners and sell it and label it Ghost White. That's their brand. So I buy my white toner from AliExpress, and it was $79 for two. And it's a more complex routine in order to get it white, but I also use it to print my shipping labels as well, and I print books and like a lot, whatever I got a lot of pages of at high volume, I use my laser printer. And then my next printer was several Epson XP 15,000. Please don't confuse it for the ET 15,000, because that's what everybody, that's viral right as well. Like I said, my model is crafted on a budget, so I buy outside of the norm. I don't follow the trends on printers. I find the cheaper alternative that do the same thing. You get what I'm saying? So I have 4 Epson XP 15,000s. One is regular printing because, like I said, I'm leaning, like I want to be able to provide printing services as well. So I do regular printing with one of them, and then the other is EcoSolvent, and then the third is Sublimation Backup. It's not opened yet, and then the fourth is DTF Backup. That's not open yet. And then my next printer was the Canon Image Prograph TC20. It's a 24-inch pigment ink printer. I'm sorry, y'all, something stuck me. It's a tank printer because, like I said, I craft on a budget. So if I would have bought a cartridge wide format printer, people are paying $600-$700 for cartridges that only last like a month, if that long. And that's just not my model. Like, I need tank so I can buy ink in bulk from China and still provide quality services without having to raise my price because of the cost of materials. Now, a lot of people are against it. Like, I was in a live one time and I mentioned that, and like people, like the creator made it seem like she has more quality stuff because she has Canon only cartridges, and yeah, it costs more, but it's you providing higher quality. And I disagree. And my disagreement was made known when China exposed itself to America about how we paying more for stuff that is manufactured in the same factory. So, like, Canon don't make the ink. I'm not loyal to no brand. Canon don't make the ink. Canon has a manufacturer in China, right, that makes their ink, and Canon private labels it. And anybody who owns an ink brand, I'm not going to call people out, but anybody who went viral on social media and now has their own line of ink, paper, blah, 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 They don't make it. They went to China, not went to China physically, but went on Alibaba, searched ink manufacturers, found verified sellers, and then from there chose the sellers that had the highest ratings or been in business the longest. The good thing about Alibaba is it shows how much revenue the company makes. So I choose by that, and I pay I pay China prices. I pay what Canon paid for their ink. Now I'm not saying I buy my ink from the same manufacturer, because a lot of the times these companies will not say I'm the manufacturer who make the ink for Canon, but the ink that I buy could possibly be from the same warehouse. All of them, like there's, in your city, wherever you live, there may be like an area that has the good, and then there's the area that has the bad. It's similar as far as location. So I picked the location because it's not a secret of the like if you read labels, the location is shown. So I pick sellers from the location of the name brand, and then I look at the reviews and I go from there. And that's how I buy my ink. And I don't buy from the same seller twice. If I find one cheaper the next time but has great reviews, like I said, I craft on a budget. I'm not loyal to no brand at all. Okay, so I might do some videos to teach you guys how to do that too, for free. As long as I can build my page up and monetize my page, I'm not going to charge you for stuff that, I took the time to find, but I'm using it, and so can you. So I like to teach, so it doesn't bother me. I'm not the ebook type of girl. Right now, you never know what'll happen. I might be on here one day and be like, I got an ebook, but as of this moment, I don't, and I don't mind sharing. Will I name drop? I'm not sure, because that could increase the price, but I will tell you how to search, how to find, how to successfully shop Alibaba without getting scammed. What to do and what not to do type thing. And then I buy my ink in bulk from eBay. I buy it by the gallons for my TC20, my Canon printer. And then my next printer is the Epson SC-F570. It's a sublimation printer through Epson. Now, its sister, the Epson SCT3170X, is a tank printer that looks exactly like this printer. What happened was the T3170X was made for banners and plotting and stuff like that, and people started converting it to sublimation, because like I said, if it's an Epson printer and it has a tank, it can be converted. So to monetize off of that, Epson created a sublimation printer based off of the T3170X that costs more than the T3170X. And people buy it because they want a true sublimation printer. Like I said, I don't believe in none of that. The only reason I bought this was because it was cheaper on eBay. I didn't buy it from Canon. I didn't buy it from Swing Design. I bought it from eBay, from a seller that had pallets of brand new printers for $800 cheaper than anywhere else. So I bought it, and people were like, when I posted about it in one of the groups I'm in, a lot of the comments were saying, you're gonna get scammed. You buy it from eBay? Heck yeah, I buy it from eBay. eBay is like Amazon. Like back in the day, eBay is not the same. Now eBay has eBay's buyer guarantee. That's just like the Amazon protections or whatever. So as long as I buy something that is covered by the guarantee, I buy it. Like I shop eBay all the time. That's why I buy my ink from for my big Canon printer. Okay, next printer. Oh, I skipped something. Before the TC20, I got an X2 M1. It's a laser engraver through X2. They no longer make this particular model. They make the M1 Ultra, which is a all-in-one. It has an ink cartridge. It can print on it can print directly on whatever you want it to print on. But it's basically the same machine except it has the ink cartridge. And then my next printer was an Epson ET2400 because I said I don't want to have to use my 24-inch printer with every print, even if it's for a baby's shirt or a smaller shirt. So I do my smaller shirts on that, hats, logos, anything sublimation that's in less than 8.5 by 11, I use that printer. Okay, next printer was my AeroSmart 13-inch DTF printer. I got that from Alabama from Erica with AeroSmart, and I love it. I buy my ink from AliExpress because it's cheaper and shipping is free. I buy my film from there's a seller on Amazon actually, but it's not like the Amazon 2-day. It comes from China, so it takes 30 days or longer to come. That seller was one of the cheapest I found for 100-foot roll of 13-inch film, and I bought it from, that was $23 or $24, and it came from China. And other than that, I buy it from AliExpress or Temu. Also, my next printer after that was, I bought it at the same time. So together, I bought my AeroSmart UV DTF printer. This is a UV printer. When I bought it, I bought 3 extra sets of A and B film and 3 extra sets of ink and varnish and 2 extra sets of cleaning solution. And then now that I had to buy more white ink, I buy all of my ink for this off of AliExpress, and your first purchase, they are like $9 a piece for the 250 ml bottles. But now that same seller, if you go back and purchase, it's like $10 a bottle, and that's way cheaper because a set of ink, like the complete set with varnish, is $189 on Amazon. But if you buy it from AliExpress, it's only like $100 or less for that same set that you get from, and it's shipping is free. The only thing I had to pay shipping for was the varnish because I got the large bottle, and it still was cheaper buying it from AliExpress than it was buying it from Amazon or any other seller. I did find one seller in the US that sells it for $23 for a 1,000 milliliter bottle, a 1 kg bottle, and that was $23. That was the cheapest I found. I can't remember the name of the company, but if I come across it again, I'll put it in the comments what it is. And then after that, I bought a Epson ET2850 to go with my because not only do I print like obituaries and flyers and stuff like that, I also make party favors, so I just like to have a backup. So I have the ET2850 because it was so cheap. It was like $89. If you go on Epson.com and search their certified renewed page, you can get a lot of printers for a very good price. This printer was under $100. Like I wasn't even looking for a printer, but because it was so cheap, I bought it. And then my heat presses, I have a Vever 15 by 15 clamshell that's in my shed because I have 2 inside the house. I also have a Swingaway unbranded 15 by 15 8-in-1 heat press, and the 8-in-1 comes with like 2 sizes of plate presses, 2 hat press sizes, 2 tumbler sizes, and 2 mug sizes, and then plus the 15 by 15 plate for here. And that one is the swing away. That's in my shed too. So inside my house I have the HTV Ront auto press, and I use that to cure my DTF prints, because with the auto press you can close it and the plate hovers over, so like I don't have to sit there and hold it to make sure that my DTF prints are being cured. And then over there I have the Fancier Studio 16 by 24 clamshell printer, and that's it with the printers and the machines. But I also have the Vevor 3-inch button press. I have the 2.25-inch button press, and then I have one that does all 3 sizes: the 1-inch, the 2.25, and the 3-inch. It's a We Are Creator, I think that's the name of it. And then I have the Xyron Creative Station. I have the 9 by 5, and I have the 5-inch, and I have the 3-inch. I made custom plates with it. You can make stickers, but I use it for my party favors. Like if you get a paper plate, you eating off the plate and you can see the theme of the party on the bottom of the plate. I use my Xyron Creative Station to do that. I also have a spiral binding machine to make spiral notebooks. I homeschool, so like I make my own everything. I also have the comb binding machine. That was my first one, and if I know then what I know now, I wouldn't have bought it. I would have just bought the spiral, so that's why I have the spiral. And then I also have the Vevor glue book binding machine. So I'm trying to find a regular book. Like how a regular textbook look, that you can turn the pages and the spine is glued into the book. I have 2 of those. I have a Vevor, and I have the Cinch. I have the Cinch one as well, because it was on sale for like $30 at Walmart.com, and I was able to catch that at a great deal. And I also have everything in this room that I need to run every equipment I just named. And I'm about to give you a tour, and I want to do a separate video that just showed the tour, because if you stayed this long, thank you for sticking with me. I am trying to set up my YouTube career. I have cameras all around my room. I have the auto tracking cameras, so I plan on recording everything that I do in this room and posting it. I plan on teaching. My motto is we learn together and we craft together. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. So every mistake I make, you're gonna watch me make it, so you won't make it. Every machine I have, I'm gonna do tutorials on them. I'm gonna learn how to use it while I'm recording myself, because I don't know how to use my X-Tool. And what else I don't know how to use? I have a 28-inch Vevor vinyl cutter that I do not know how to use. I bought it so I could make yard signs and things like that, and I don't know how to use it. Sadly, I don't know how to use it. And I'm trying to think, where's my stand? I know I put it in my shed, but when I cleaned it out, I didn't see it. So I think they took it, the people who cleaned my shed. I must have put it in a place where they thought it was supposed to be thrown away. But anyway, yeah, I think oh well. But I'm gonna do a tour now, so let's go. And I don't want to have to stop the camera, so it's going to be selfie mode. So this is my DTF Aerosmart printer. If you want the contact information of where I got it, comment and I will give you her WhatsApp. Her name is Erica Zane. Okay, and then this is my Epson SC Shore Color F570. This is one of 4 Epson XP 15,000. This is an Epson ET2850. That's a shredder. And under there are 3 more Epson XP 15,000s. This is my UV Aerosmart. This is my X2 M1. This is my Canon ImageProGraph TC20. This is my laser printer. This is my SuperTank C8000 Epson. This is my HTV Ron AutoPress, and this is what I mean when I say it hovers. So with DTF, you have to put a binding DTF powder on it. So after it prints, you put a powder on the back, and then you have to cure that powder for 3 to 5 minutes under heat. So I put it on the back, on the bottom plate, and I push it under. You have to make sure you have auto turned off, because the reason it's called an auto press is if auto is turned on, when this drawer closes, this automatically closes. With DTF, you do not want this to automatically close. So we turn off the automatic, and then it hovers and the print cures under there. This is my work laptop. I have it right here because I use it like if I'm not in this room. If I'm anywhere else, I use this to design. This is where I keep all of my paper type stuff, like mailing stuff, cords, parchment sheets, different types of craft scissors. Temu is my best friend for these. Amazon, you have the stainless steel scissors. They're $10 on Amazon. I paid less than $1 for these. I bought a whole bunch of them, and they are great to work with. Some of them come with protective covers on them. They are very great. I bought a whole bunch, and then I also have these that I bought from Amazon before I knew about Temu and AliExpress. So these like different type cuts. And then this right here is where I keep like my thank you cards are in this basket. Can you see? My thank you cards are in this basket. My fragile stickers, thank you stickers, my Tumblr care cards, my t-shirt care cards, my t-shirt guides. And then over here is my Cube Chef. This is my dress form. Right now, this is my robe and my bonnet. And then behind it, I have different items. Like each cube has its reason. The bottom ones have my maintenance tanks for all of my printers. The bottom 2. And then this is my PC setup. My monitor is a 32-inch TV because I don't believe in waste. I had a spare TV. So instead of buying a monitor for my computer, I used the TV. This is my desk. I do have a self-healing mat here because sometimes I weed and stuff from here. Shameless plug. This is my sewing machine. I did a project the other day. This is my tabletop ring lamp I got from Amazon. And I got this light from Amazon too. And then this is the closet. It had a door. I took the door off. This is a ruler. I use it to make sure my t-shirt prints are centered. I use it to cut with. I use it for a lot. I don't know why I have that up there, but I said if I needed headphones for when I'm recording from my desk, I would use it because I got like a podcast style mic. And in the closet, I took the shelves out, and these are the $25 Walmart bookcases. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 full bookcases in one half. I hope you can see because I can't see y'all. And in here, I have everything I need to run every single machine I showed you. I have ink, I have vinyl, I have self-adhesive laminating sheets. I have printable vinyl. I have Mod Podge. I have little adhesive sprays. I have earring stuff. I have keychain stuff. I have heat resistant tape. I have zippers. I have elastic straps. I have DTF powder. Like, I have everything in this closet that I need. Cardstock. Like, everything. This over here is my... I hope y'all saw all of that. I don't know what happened. This is 3-inch button blanks. In here, I don't even know what's in here. Oh, this is ink. What kind of ink? I think this is just regular ink. Why is it right here? I don't know why. Oh, okay, I remember now. Okay. All of this stuff is like graduation type stuff or party type stuff. So like, I have lanyards. I have everything. Blankets. I have more blankets under my desk and under the desk that the heat press is on. This is spiral notebook stuff. I also make teas and stuff. And like, it's everything in here, man. You don't stop. And then this is my new baby that I can't wait to learn. I forgot to mention, this is a 3D printer. I couldn't think. This is a 3D printer. This is the Creality Ender 3v3 SE. And I bought it from TikTok Shop for $152. It was $162 something after tax. And this is 3D pens. And then this is filament for the pens. And then I have the pens. Well, technically they were my kids, but they don't use it anymore. So I took it because, and as you can see, he never even opened the filament. So I was like, when I have a big project that's too big for my printer, I can use the pen to fill it in so you can't tell. And these are filaments. All of these are anywhere between 250 grams to 1 kilogram of filament. And this is a Creality camera so that I can do time-lapse photo of my prints being printed. And on the way, that's coming in 2 weeks, I have the FlashForge Cobra FlashForge. I'm mixing two different printers. FlashForge AD5X. This is a one color at a time printer. So if I want to do multicolor, I have to pause it, change the filament, and then continue printing. The one I have coming next, do 4 color at a time, and it's the FlashForge AD5X, and that's a 4 filament at a time. I'm sorry. I've been talking too long. And then after that, I am going to buy a third one in the future. That's the Anycubic Cobra S1. That's what I was mixing up with the Flash Forge. But it's the Anycubic Cobra S1. That's a 4-color unit. It looks exactly like the Bamboo Lab P1S. I told y'all I craft on a budget. It costs $250 cheaper than the Bamboo Lab. So which one you think I'm going with? I don't. When I hop on trends, I hop on it to copycat the cheaper way. Now, if the way that went viral, the lighting is bad. If the way that went viral is the cheaper way, then and only then will I hop on that trend. But I craft on a budget, and I want to teach you how to too. Talk to you later.